Hello, and welcome to a Heroes of Wellspring City FPS. I am Tallestnull. I will be playing Tailwind today, and with me today is my partner in crime.
Hi, I'm Author. Today I'll be playing Nikola N. Changed. I don't have to worry about what the N stands for. Welcome to Kicking the Can.
oh, oh no! My brain just went like, oh wait a second. What about ain't that a kick in the head?
Well,
Never mind.
hopefully not. We'll just have
Hopefully
to
not.
see.
Yeah. So we begin this story a little further back in the timeline than last we all met. Uh, Notably, I want to say like a day or two before the events of uh, what was
Stress
the
testing.
stress testing and the game beforehand, fixing news. Thank you. Uh,
Thanks, then.
and Nicola, it has been kind of a brisk day. From what I remember, Halloween just has come and gone, and it's beginning to get a bit chillier.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, on your way home from school, you saw Tailwind, at least your uh out of your like class window, sneak out of school like last period before bell. And this like that's a little odd, but like nothing super abnormal. But it's been a couple of hours, and you haven't heard from them at all. You heard from Kat, from Sean, from Brittany, just from a local zeitgeist and seeing what people are doing. Uh, and you haven't heard from Tailwind at all. What would you be doing before like that kind of thought piqued your interest?
I think they're having a pretty nice afternoon. Um, they're making some jam with one of their grandmothers. They play with Sentry a little bit. Um, they catch up on some reading they have to do for school, and they're like, it's been a really nice, like, quiet, relaxing afternoon. It's been really quiet. Too quiet.
Why is my adrenaline suddenly jumped up?
I think that they'll be like, okay, Brittany has gotten into trouble. It's not my problem. Kat's in trouble. It's not my problem. Sean is doing whatever Sean does, and if I poke them, they're gonna snap at me. I don't know what Tailwind is doing. Perhaps I'll just call my good friend Tailwind. And they will dial his number, their number.
Uh the phone rings for a bit, and you go to voicemail, which is I think the first time that you've heard Tailwind's voicemail. And it is this very robotic, uh, like automated one that just says, "Hello, you have reached the number of names. You have reached the number of Michelle Tolora. You may leave a message at the number after the beep. Beep."
Ooh, you gotta update that, bud. Hey, this is Nicola. Just calling this to check in. Um, Not for any reason in particular, just hoping you're doing all right. I might swing by later if that's all right. Um, Take care. Like
Click.
phone awkwardness.
And you leave that message, and again, you don't really hear back from them in like the a respectable amount of time. It's very quiet on the old Fox side. What's that famous book? Uh, All Quiet on the Eastern Front. Yeah, it's all quiet on the Fox front.
Being friends with Tailwind is 10% moments of mortal terror, 90% boredom. Um, and so I think Nikola is going to finish jamming the last of the jam. Um, they'll say goodbye to their grandparents and slightly lie about where they're going. They'll head over to the junkyard, just in case. They're probably imposing. They're probably, but it's such a nice day, they might as well take a walk over to where their friend is very quickly. Maybe just a jog.
Don't forget
Maybe
a
a flat
scarf.
run.
Such a sweet young man. Oh, so it's like no, this is just a nice walk. Turns into a jog. Paranoia kicks in to a run. And it's just like a nice day. You still see some Halloween decorations still up. Any Bronson Co. branded building or storefront has immediately switched from Halloween to Christmas because because of course. Animus, correct, Animus.
Animus. Like, well, great. Making my way downtown. Walking fast. Walking faster.
And you get to the junkyard, and I don't know if Zen had anything in mind for Goat, but I could definitely see Goat running like the main truck front, like where the gate is. Wonderful, thanks. Uh, I am in charge of Goat. And you see this person that you've been told about a couple of times, at least by Tailwind, who is this jackal tune, very like worn style, just kind of asleep at like the gatehouse, like where the security bit is, with a magazine over their face, and just you can hear the soft.
Oh boy, is the gate closed?
It looks closed. The gate is closed because technically it is working hours.
Howdy, Mr.
Eh,
Mr.
What?
Goat, sir?
You asking bite me? What? Oh, hello. Did we have a name for the junkyard? I just call it the junkyard in any of my writing, like thoughts about it. Uh, yeah,
Wolf Spring
right.
City Waste Collection, WCWC.
Yeah. Welcome to the WCWC. How may I help you today?
Oh well, afternoon. I'm a classmate of Tailwind's.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. I hope it's all right for me to go on in and try to find them, but I figure you probably didn't want delinquents jumping your fence.
Uh, Thank you very kindly. Sometimes people just do that. I have tried looking for a guard dog, and it's a little awkward sometimes. But yeah, I'll just open up the door, and he hits a big red button on one side, and you just hear the the soft sound of the gatehouse, the gate just slowly moving on an automatic tread overside. It's like, all right, well, Tailwind's usually in the back messing with any kind of broken car or is in their hut. They have a keep out sign, and I respect their boundaries. So try that way.
All right, thank you so much. It's very nice to get to meet you, sir.
Very nice to meet you. If you ever want to buy a scrap, just bring it up here, and I will figure out a price.
Absolutely, sir. I'll let you get back to it. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
And they will power walk into the junkyard away from the adult that they have to put on a mask for.
And he immediately goes back to looking at this this magazine, and then turns it over to the side and opens up a widespread panel of just what looks like a carburetor in the motions of a pin-up. And he just goes, I can't whistle right now, but he whistles for a second. Oh, that's a fine piece of metal. As we leave, goat behind.
Tailwind, I love this character more than words. This is a great character. Anyways.
Anyways, so you go over into the back. It's like one of the back corners near like bordering the riverside. And if you would like to, you could make an investigation check.
Oh, why not? All right. Two plus, okay. 18.
All right. With an 18, you look around. You see remnants of some of your past adventures. You see the scarecrow just sitting there basking in the sun. You see the windowsill with the stick bug, with a pile of what looks like there's two different piles inside the jar. One looks to be rust bits. One looks to be fresh metal shavings. You don't know what that's for, but that's okay. You look inside the hut and you see Tailwind's conspiracy board. And at this point, I think they would have had to upgrade the factoid's containment unit at some point. So I think the way we described it was a ferret tube system, so they can actually move around. Yeah, hamster tube pipes. So they have like, if you've ever seen someone who owns a ferret, there are clear tubes running everywhere, and you can just see the slime with just bits of paper and information going around like it's a weird sewer system.
All about the news cycle.
But
But they will of course nod politely to the better mayor. As you must to a responsible member of the local government. No Tailwind, huh?
You don't see Tailwind, but with an 18, you hear like kind of a low tung, tung, tung coming from somewhere in the junkyard.
Tailwind?
Tung, tung, tung.
It's either you or a hideous creature that you created through the genius of technology that has killed you and is now seeking release. Which is it?
Tung, tung, tung. Give me a perception check.
Perception? Okay. What the actual thing? Dice parser?
You put exclamation point instead of one.
Ah. 13.
13. All right, that's reasonable. With the 18 and the 13, you look around and there is over on the other side of the hut. There's this looks to be this tiny garage, which has a half-built scooter that hopefully Tailwind has a license for. A bunch of random parts and like welding material, and something big underneath a tarp. And the only thing that you can see that's not covered by the tarp is a big metal hand. And then you just hear a little louder now, tunk, tunk, tunk.
They sigh deeply. Tailwind, tell me you didn't.
Go! I told you not to come back here.
They um they will step a little bit closer so that their voice is a little bit more legible and be like, "I'm not your uncle." I think that's your uncle. I am, however, a little bit curious.
Okay. I'm gonna make a perception check for. I'm gonna make a perception check for Tailwind to see if they recognize the voice. It is /R. 1d20 plus 3. Pay no mind to the voice inside the tarp.
Tailwind is Nikola.
Oh, thank Toon Gods. I don't know which one. Okay. This is a little awkward because this was supposed to be a bit of a surprise, but yeah, I might need some assistance here. Just hear that kind of muffled, but I'm not going to muffle the entire time because then you would not be able to understand me.
Appreciated. Nikola will roll their eyes because, oh my god. You're stuck, huh?
A little bit. Turns out, cast metal is top heavy sometimes.
Is there? I think that they will try to pull the tarp at least off the top of it, to look for some sort of like handle.
You pull the top out you pull the tarp out off of it, and it looks like what you could only describe as a spherical robot. It definitely looks Tailwind made. There is weld marks and polishing and some electrical wires still sticking out, but for the most part, this looks like I want to say U size tall, like as tall as you are, round robot that is pieced together bit by bit by bit. Uh, just laying what you would describe as on its face, as though it's passed out. If you want to think of the Yamcha pose, quite possibly.
Um, I think Nikola will just sort of walk around it looking for, a way to move it so that they can get Tailwind out. But they're just gonna keep going like, I'm feeling real smart today, huh?
I
Feeling
had some
accomplished.
ideas. And I wanted to get them done as soon as I could.
So, question is it like the robot fell over and the door is in the dirt now, or um, like
Yes.
okay. I just wanted to make sure that I had the right mental image in mind.
Uh, yeah, yes. Just from inside, it's more of a suit, like something, a piece of armor, but yeah.
Hmm. They don't have a lot of like big lifting spells.
I've I made some contingencies. I didn't think, or at least at right now, I didn't put in the failsafe to if I ever got locked in. I
Well,
was
it's low, and then also there's the fact that you're facing the ground, but
yeah.
yeah. So you might also want a contingency for that.
I will work on that next. The piston arm can wait, and the controls can hopefully survive another day or two. I'm still kind of riding off of a high of ideas, but I'll get there. We'll get there in time. Okay, so how do I? First things first. You should probably. It's a ball, so you should probably be able to roll me. If not, there should be a crowbar somewhere around here that could help.
Um, this part of the junkyard is like secluded, right? There's no chance of Goat or anyone else.
No, I mean, not a lot of people from town come out here. I mean, there's some hipsters that buy scrap for some art projects, and that's what Goat usually thinks I'm doing. But
I tell us these are out. Like these are me as the player trying to be like, uh, collect information.
yeah, it's like we're pretty secluded.
Okay. I think in that case, um, Nikola is going to assume their mutant form, which is taller and therefore has more leverage. Um, and they're going to do their best to just plain roll it first before they get too fancy.
All right. Give me a strength or athletics if you are trained in it. Check.
All right. Okay. And just strength. Okay. This might be funny.
Oh, this is. I'm in a team of spellcasters. This should be comical. Yep.
So my next question is: does Nikola break or does the suit?
So you push, and I think the most obvious and funny option here is you push and you didn't notice the motor oil on the floor and you just slip and go floop.
Great. They it's like a dead daddy long legs.
God.
Um, I think Tailwind here is like a clatter, in a very soft curse. In Nicola's other voice, their non-standard voice.
Ah, okay. Is anything broken? I have some very look. I have some things I've been working on pertaining to well, you know what? Out and around there. So, did anything break?
Yes, me.
Oh, you'll be fine.
All
I've
right.
seen
I
you
mean,
take punches from giant monsters. You'll be fine after, with a little ego bruising.
is there I mean, they can try the crowbar, but it's a large robot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about again. It's like you size. It's like 6 feet tall and round to make it like this looks like dwarvish engineering for like any kind of fantasy idea. It's wide and stocky and still 6 feet tall.
Um, I think Nicola's like, well, that obviously didn't work. Man, I wish I had a tractor or something. Like a tractor would be perfect for this sort of. And then you said that there's a scooter in here.
Yeah, there looks to be like a scooter that has been well used.
Could they put like some sort of wedge to keep the um the robot from rolling too far and tie some sort of chain around the robot and just pull it with the scooter so that it rolls so that the door is upright?
Okay. That sounds appropriate. Um, give me a perception or investigation inside the garage.
All right. Hey, Dice Sparcer, can you please work?
Dice parser? That's the correct command.
6.
Oh boy.
Hey, Tailwind,
Uh, yeah.
do you have any like chains or bungee cords around here?
There should be a tool like a tool closet. It's over in the left. I think you're gonna have to. Uh, there's there's a key in my at the desk. Should be able to open up any of the bits with that. Any of the drawers. I forgot the word drawer for a second.
I think they will shift back to their regular form and go find the key.
Okay. So you find the key. It's fairly fine. There's a big like God, I want to say Bronson brand like keychain on it, but like I don't think Tailwind would ever willingly buy Bronson brand paraphernalia unless they needed it for something in particular, just to, because they have integrity and they buy stuff from the 812 all the time. But I'm trying to think of big tool company that might be a tuned version of a big tool company, like, I don't know.
DeVault.
Yeah, DeWalt, or oh my god, there's instead of cat, uh like the big construction equipment cat, it's just this big stylized dog.
Dog. Um,
Yeah, so you find the key. It has like a bit of like paraffin, a bit of a keychain of just a very like hexagonal dog wording, and then you have access to the tool shed, the tool cabinet, and you go like filtering through and trying to find the bungee cords and the chain. You do find the key to what is called the dust storm on the side of the scooter. And one of the drawers that you notice kind of at the bottom, it has a dustbin full of very old letters from last time you were here, forcing Tailwind to take a bath.
I think that they will. They'll try not to disturb the letters. But they will like a bungee cord, some nylon rope, chains with preferably like a carabiner,
All
like,
right.
and anything that they can find.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, you can find a bunch of that.
Um, is there some sort of hook around like the top part of the mech that they can, you know, secure the bungee to?
Uh let's see if Tailwind thought of that. Just the flat D20-year-old. Did Tailwind think of maybe someone else, someone including themselves, needed to hold on to the machine?
Is it towable?
Is the robot uh tow truck enabled? With a 7, I want to say the closest you're getting is looping one of the big metal hooks around the armpit of one of the arms and pulling it.
They'll take it. They are just gonna go ahead and assume that whatever damage they do to the robot, will be fixable. Talon might be mad, but they will be less mad in the oxygenated open air than they will be in there.
All right.
And I think that they will attach the bungee to the back of the, or actually they'll do it to around kind of the trunk of the scooter seat. That way there's less chance of it beating up the scooter.
Yeah, like again, this thing looks like it's been used to hell. Like a lot of repair people, or at least a lot of repair people that I know, they take care of what they were uh meant to take care of. Like some tools are very important. Uh, Anything delicate, put away and like categorized. Their own personal use things. I'll fix it later.
All right, Tailwind. I'm gonna try something.
Okay.
You're not allowed to get mad, all right?
I've. How long has it been? Because I didn't take my phone in here.
Well, I haven't seen you since school, which was going on 4 hours ago.
I hold judgment, but I will let this keep going.
They will get on the scooter and they will hope it has gas in it.
Yeah, it has gas. And you just hear as it starts up, it's like, hey, wait, what are you doing? And then just give me a strength check with, I want to say, a +6.
Strength check with
Get,
plus. So my strength +6.
yeah,
All right.
because you are at ramming/towing speed with the dust storm, which Tailwind totally has a license for.
18.
18. So, with a resounding, like, hey, wait a second, what are you doing? As you have hooked around the mech suit and just feel it start to roll and gain momentum on its own, as slow and as gradual as it is, and you hit the gas, which is a little weird because this is a scooter sized for Tailwind, and you're not Tailwind sized, so it's a little odd as you just like roll it out and you just hear it into the sun, uh, into the sun of the day, and it's just like it's on the other side. It's like, okay, oh, that's weird. Still, it's just like on the inside.
So the door is now facing up or to the sides.
Yeah, you don't see a door, that you now see where the hinges are. You see the front face of the machine. And face is very apt because it kind of looks vaguely demonic. It has this, like, I can only describe it out of character, like an Oni mask with with a big like with a big grin of teeth. And you see where the hinges are, and you see that the mouth is supposed to be what opens.
Hey, Tailwind, I got some questions.
All right. Well, I'm kind of stuck here, so I can't really say no.
You know, we'll tackle um why your machine looks like my grandpa Dolores. At a later date.
What? It's like your grandpa is from what is the anime part of Einquell? I think it's Tetsu Kanata, which is supposed to be like, yeah, I think it's supposed to be Tetsu Kanata.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah, Tetsu Kanata.
Can you get the door open now?
Let me try something. And you see the outside kind of judder for a second, and the light and the eyes, which are these like look like they were repurposed headlights. Uh, Flicker for a second. It's like crap. Hey, we're gonna need the crowbar, and possibly I won't be mad, but we might need to pop one of the arms out.
All right. I think that they will get the crowbar and they will wedge it in. And I have an idea, but I think they probably won't try it until they're frustrated. So, may I roll another strength check?
Yes, and with D&D, a crowbar gives you advantage
Oh,
on
nice.
strength or athletics checks.
Oof. Okay.
Okay.
Man, all right.
Oh, all right. Well, so
Vice
you go
President.
to one of the arms, and then you just okay, like this, and you push the one end in to the seam, and you gotta like pull on the crowbar, and then you just hear the metal crunkle. It's like, what? No! Just hear on the inside, no, 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 no. Oh. And now you see a tiny little air hole, and like, Tailwind's eye just like poking out. It's like, well, I probably should have did something on this end to help out with that. Gonna have to find a new coupler.
You know what? Fuck it. And Nikola is going to dig their fingers into that hole, and they're going to cast Primal Savagery.
All right, this might
Um,
be towards the AC uh of the robot, but okay, let's go.
um, so Primal Savagery involves channeling primal magic, causing one's teeth or fingernails to sharpen, ready to deliver a corrosive attack. Make a melee spell attack against one creature within 5 feet of you. On a hit, the target takes 1d10 acid damage. Um, so they are going to basically wedge their fingers in there with acid damage. And they're going to make another make another try at it.
All right, give me an attack roll.
All right. How do I spell modifier? Okay. Been so long since I played a caster that I'm like, what do I roll? What do I do? Spell modifier +7.
I'm just picturing like the one time I had that spell on a druid. It's just like they went full like Wolverine mode. So that's what I'm picturing now.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, dang. Come on. Well, this is at least prolonging uh the FPS a little bit, I guess. So
Raising the tension.
you it's like uh you see we see as Nikola in like full magic mode. I don't think they went full Eldritch Horror, so I can only suspect that their arms went like morphed on their own, and you still see normal Nikola with horrifying shadow arms. Just try to rip uh into this metal, and then we get a shot from inside, just like Tailwind backing up, and you see these claws digging in and pulling, and it doesn't get far, but you did extend the hole. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna need to find some new pieces. It's fine. I prepared for that, at least. I planning on bringing this into combat, so I at least made spare bits. But thank you for the fresh air, as Talon just sticks their muzzle out and just breathes. Oh, it's cold and crisp.
Stand back, please.
Okay. And then just like their muscle just pushes back in.
They are going to, because this is a cantrip, cast it again. And hang on, I'm pretty sure I have something. What am I thinking of? Oh, I'm thinking of Hex. They're going to cast Hex first on specifically the door of the machine so that they're not totaling this robot.
I think give me a quick investigation as you're looking for how this is supposed to be.
Sure.
Yeah, how it looks to open.
Oh my gosh.
What the? Okay, I'm going to at least say this. Like, the way it looks like it's supposed to open is like it looks like the mouth of this grinning like demonic face is supposed to like hinge open from the front. So that's where it looks like it's supposed to open.
Okay, so it's something that sort of like swings out when it works.
The way I picture it in my head, it like effectively Tailwind jumps into this mouth and it eats him. Like it just closes its jaws.
Oh, like Nutcracker mouth.
Yeah, like nutcracker mouth.
All right. So if they can get that if they can get the hinges unstuck, it should just sort of fall out.
Hopefully.
All right, in that case, they're going to primal savagery. Actually, no, I have one that's funnier. They're gonna use Toll the Dead because it's taken damage.
Wonderful.
So the sound of a dolorous bell fills the air around it. So if this, I hand you whether or not this works. Tailwind inside it just feels like this entire robot is reverberating like a gigantic gong.
Yeah, like so effectively uh out of the world. This is armor. You're effectively attacking Tailwind. Uh
Oh,
in like in like meta game terms. So what
mhm.
do you need me to roll?
Um, I mean, the spell calls for a wisdom saving throw. Um, but I would like to clarify that they're trying to attack. They're trying to concentrate the attack on the. This
Yeah.
spell might not work at all actually because, like, I mean it's supposed to be against a creature.
Hmm.
Like, sorry, I'm getting too lost in the weeds. Armor is not a creature. Fair enough. All right, I think I might go back to my original idea, which was just primal savagery, like dig their corrosive, like acid bubbling fingers into the metal of the hinges and just basically try to melt them off.
All right.
And they'll switch to their taller shambling form that's been twisted by Catalyst V, so that they can wrap their very long arms around and do both at once. Sorry, Tailwind.
It's fine. That was both to you and to what Zen said.
All right. Hey, Sparser, please don't fuck me.
Oh!
20.
All right, well that's
Dice
definitely a
Parser
hit.
tonight.
Dice Parser wanted things to be dramatic, and we got to that point.
Oh my gosh.
So, God, we see, uh, from Tailwind's perspective, just like sweating, shirt off, tied around their waist, sweating. It's very hot in a robot. They have not been able to put in air conditioning. Their hands are kind of roughed up and possibly a little bloody from trying to get out themselves for the past 4 hours. And then you just see hand, kunk, kunk, and then the top part of the top part of the armor just goes flying off as Eldritch Beast Nikola just Hulk rips this thing in twain. And
Um,
there's a moment of just like there's the moment of sheer terror of just like, oh god, I wasn't expecting what was happening. And then the next second it's like, oh, the breeze.
you see this like all shambling, misshapen. I don't know that Tailwind has seen Nikola without their cloak in this form since um the very early days of them being mutants, have they?
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's uh they are this very vivid mixture between their usual purple and this garish Catalyst V green. It's they have these like very sharp um needle-like hands that are currently dug into either side of the um the contraption. Uh Long spindly arms. One of their eyes is just black, just void, and the other is this bright, almost luminescent white. And as the shadow kind of falls over them, I think the one white eye is the only one that you see for a second. And then they go, whew, that got a little bit heated there, sorry. And they shake one of their hands until it's no longer acidy, and they reach down like, you want help?
Yeah, there's just the moment of like taking this all in, looking at that, it's like, yeah, okay. It's like grabs their eldritch monstrosity hand, gets pulled out, flops onto the ground, looks up. Oh, the breeze. Just the sigh and visibly deflates. And I think the camera pans up and you see the top part of the what was supposed to hinge up just went flying and is now on top of a pile of junk. I'll fix that later.
Sorry.
Eh, I think I could have welded the teeth on better. It's fine. Gives me another shot.
I think that they just sort of like sit cross-legged next to Tailwind. Just slightly awkward, just like, well,
I think there's definitely this moment of just relief and just like of just trying to break the awkward silence as Tailwind, after just the moment of just feeling the breeze and relaxing, just like, I always wanted to fly, you know? Like, look at that. Just gestures to the sky, which is at this moment kind of gray and just on autumn weather. But like just still so cool just to think about it. Just up there, without a care, going your own way.
that sounds nice when you say it like that.
I don't know. Yes, I've been thinking about it a lot.
I gotta ask, does the mech fly?
Oh, I wish. Uh, moves up a little bit. No, like for right now, that is to keep my squishy body away from the gnashing teeth and claws, just gestures of things trying to kill me. Right now, thankfully, the gnashing teeth and claws of my ally helped get it out. So I'm going to have to figure out a better way around that, because if you can do it, presumably something else can too.
I think that Nikola looks down at their hands and like jumps visibly because oh okay, and they very quickly shift back to just plain old Nikola. Go, well, before okay, um, sorry, recalibrating. Before you make it harder to get you out of the giant robot, maybe focus on making sure that you can get out of the giant robot so that force is not. Listen, today's not fun. Let's have this be a one-off, all right?
That is presumably the plan. No one plans to have their their robot suit fall on them and then not power up, because normally, like presumably, if things go right, what is supposed to happen is I sit in that seat and you look inside the robot and there's like a modified lawn chair inside, uh and the arms look like just there's holes to where into the robot's arms to where Tailwind can stick their arms. Hopefully I sit there, close in, and it powers up and I can just move. If you've never like the name off show that you probably never heard, uh uh Mobile Fighter G Gunman.
Can can you just like keep like a mail cutter in there with you that so that like push comes to shove and the robot gets shoved and you can't push, you can just kind of cut your way out of it.
Yeah, didn't think about it beforehand.
Well, I'm glad that we had this conversation. This is, brainstorming is important.
Yes, it is. Usually, uh, usually that's a big part of what I've been doing. Used to do that a lot with as they kind of deflate a little bit. Oh, what day was it today?
I am sorry that had damage. I didn't mean to do it that much.
No, that's fine. That is on the list of things to repair. That's fine. Do you know what day it was today? Like day of the month?
It's the 13th, I think. I say pulling a random number out of my head.
That's
Sorry,
fine.
Zen.
That's fine. I don't think we really keep track of days. We keep track of vaguely time period, unless Zen has an actual calendar of events. Which look, sometimes that has happened in games I have been in. It's fascinating.
I'm going to say that it is November 13th, Friday.
Tailwind just like smacks the back of their head. Oh, I forgot.
Forgot,
It's my friend back before I moved here. It's their birthday was yesterday.
oh well, send them a text.
Yeah, just
They know how busy you get. I hope.
I haven't seen each other since I moved here. I'm trying to keep in contact, but not particularly well considering things. I was planning quotation marks, air quotation marks, to give him a call and send him some things, but with everything going on, time just kind of gets away. Now it just feels, I don't know. No, it just feels weird.
I get that. It definitely feels like this. Like sometimes it's hard to remember that there is something outside of Wellspring in there.
I mean,
Like
yeah.
I know intellectually, but like this place has a way of holding your attention, doesn't it?
I mean, that's a weird way to think about it. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I've lived here for like 10 years, but yeah,
Oof.
kind of.
I can't imagine that.
You get into a flow of things.
Do you? I mean, I would have thought that it would, bother you one of the most because you are specifically an eccentric inventor who has to scavenge for part like eccentric visionary like in entrepreneurs are not usually low on the list of undesirable people to control when it comes to a dystopia. You don't get scared?
I think Tailwind just kind of looks at that and just like, that's a weird way to put that. I don't know. Just, I guess a lot of my life I just kind of did what other people told me to do, and I don't think like that's not in a way that it's just like, oh, just do whatever. Just no, like I've always been around. I guess been around people that are very much leaders. I guess before I moved here, my parents, ugh, they're very like they're very crafty. They're they're people that like to do things and get things done. My friend talking about just like we always used to go on adventures, at least around town back where I used to live. We used to wander around. Last I heard from them, I think they were trying to go to pilot school. But God, it's I don't know. Like I guess I'm just used to going with the flow.
Well, that's a shame because I I've seen what you do when you put your mind to your own creations. And it's incredible, Tailwind. It's a sight to behold. You're a sight to behold. I hope that you don't underestimate how well, to be frank, how cool you are. I like it when you take initiative. Interesting things happen.
Why, thank you. I think I don't know. Last time I took a big initiative. Well, let's just say there's a reason why sometimes I stay after school. Uh,
They laugh.
I was. What'd you say?
Nikola is laughing.
Let's just say I got very angry at cable management.
That
I mean, that's something to say. Looking at the robot, it's like that thing is just spaghetti.
I don't know enough about to comment, but I mean, even if it didn't turn out perfectly, um, it was still a thing of your own invention, wasn't it?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you've seen. Goes over, just like stands up. Goes over to one of the arm that has the crowbar wound. And just goes over to the wrist of it, and you see just like he pushes on a little bit and a little force of will, and the arm, like the wrist of it retracts, and inside there's this gyro bit. It's like I've been working on this for a while, like ever since. Well, I want to say the fight with the goo. I still don't know what to call it. Uh, that glove that I've been kind of using for a while was kind of a prototype, and here's the bigger version. Just like pushes into it, and you see this like turbine like wind up, and the hand on it and the fingers just start glowing a neon blue, and you can hear the electricity crackle as it just slaps onto the ground and just like it just spurts out.
Damn.
And slowly building up to this for a while now. I don't know. It's just like I feel like this at least. I feel like I'm doing something instead of I don't know getting in the way and telling bad jokes to get us out of death.
I mean, to be fair, your bad jokes are wonderful. Um, but I I look forward to seeing all this pay off. It kind of asks
Yeah.
when when you're building your machines, what how much do you think of them as like as yours? Um, like how I'm sorry, this is a string question, but like Sean melt, Cat evaporate, Brittany's. I turn into a well, um, but your power is very much I almost want to say miasmic. It does like it during the Halloween game. Um, it certainly it affected you physically, but um, it's almost more expressed in the world around you, and perhaps the way that you see the world cognitively. Like, do you see the things that you're doing as sort of an extension of you, or is that gobbledygook?
I mean, kinda. Like the glove was something I built. Uh, I watched, watching a lot of old kung fu movies. There's definitely something goes along in there. It's like your weapon should be an extension of your arm, and just like kind of makes a makes a pose there, like he's holding like a sword or something. It's like I guess that's kind of how I pictured the at least starting this. So like the armor and the the mechanisms, yeah, I guess
Mm.
it's that's weird and philosophical, and I don't really know how to answer that correctly. But I guess I want to say yes. I'm not good with like I I I'm not particularly good with the whole like know yourself, know who you are. That optic optic was the one always being able to tell always was the one to know exactly what he was going to be, you know.
Optic, that your friend?
Sorry, yeah, that's my friend. uh uh First person that I like kind of like told about, like, I want to say changing my name, but it's more like nickname that everyone uses. Still like Michelle. I'm still gonna use Michelle, but like Tailwind fits better.
Mm-hmm. I get that.
Like I'm
I
not gonna
think you should
change
call
my
it.
name or something. It's
Mm-hmm.
just waves their hands.
Too much paperwork.
Eh, too much weird intrusive thoughts.
Fair enough. I think you should call your friend. Just the way that you talk about him. I can tell that he still means a lot to you. Um, and even though the weirdest of the weirdest happening, there's no reason um not to play catch up where we can.
Yeah, just like looks to the side a little whimsical. It's like, yeah, I guess.
I should also phone home. Not tonight. Maybe tomorrow night
Who
or
knows?
the night after.
Eh, parents are weird. I don't talk to mine either.
Um, I mean, to be fair, mine aren't, I think, on the level of yours. It and my mother, both of them are still pretty great. It's just my mom that I'm on the outs with.
So there's like, okay, so I know you have like an army of grand grand grandparents.
Yep.
How many? Like there was three. Like you want there? Is there more than three?
No, there's just my so the grandparent collective raised my mom fourth. My mom Court married Dima. Um, and Dima and Courts together married Penny.
I was
And
gonna
and
say
then
you had
they
some rock, like some like mineral and rock things there until you got to Penny. Okay. So I'm getting where the motif is. I don't know how many of your grandparents will be able to stick to that motif, but I'm wondering if all of them will, and I'm gonna
No,
have to ask about that
just
later.
my mom's bio parent. Buck change.
Uh, there's just a look because like the analytical mind is just like, wait a second, like how I never realized your name was a money pun.
What are you talking about?
Oh my god! It's just like holding Tailwind holding their head because outside, like that's the thing. Just like inside, nope, never. Because you either go by Nick or Nikola, and he's like, nope, never thought about that. Oh my god, how far
What
down does this rabbit hole go?
what rabbit hole? What are you talking about?
Ah,
Would you like to roll an insight check?
sure. Let's let's see if Tailwind can insight. Okay, I am trained in it, but it's not one of my high skills, which is saying something.
Mm-hmm.
Wah.
That was the spectator talk. Ah, yeah, they
Whoops.
they have no idea what you're talking about. They are unaware of any sort of strangeness with their name. But uh they have no idea what you could be talking about.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just forget about it. Figure this out. Another thing to add to the list. First thing on the
Oh,
list. Move to the front of the list. Fix the face.
fix
Fix
the
the
face,
face
huh?
of Wrecking Maw.
Is this called a wrecking ball?
Well, I mean, I got most of the metal from a decommissioned Wrecking Ball. Which, how do you decommission a big metal ball? But like, yeah, I gave it a mouth and jaw, so now it's Wrecking Maw.
Oh, wrecking maw. Okay, I was like, because I saw you name your scooter. If you were gonna name your scooter, but you weren't gonna name your robot, I was gonna have some questions.
I mean, I have a lot of names for things. So just
Mm-hmm. Oh, I met your uncle, by the way. On my way in.
oh yeah, goats. Oh, goats around. Nice. Usually, he's out selling things.
Nope, he was
Uh,
just snoozing by the gate. Seemed like a real nice fella. I could tell that he loved you a lot.
there's definitely like a, a look from Tailwind there. They're just like, not gonna think about that. It's fine. Everything's fine. Like thanks. He's done more than I can say for some people.
You're not overly overly comfortable with the reality of love, are you?
I don't know. That's a weird question. I don't want to think about it. Just gonna walk this way now. As Tailwind
They
starts making their way to the shed.
they follow. They're just like, it's very healthy to, acknowledge the people around you and acknowledge the connection that you have with them.
I do that fine. I talk to people. Cats, cat.
Yeah, Cat's another one. Cat, just thinks the world of you. They're not being sarcastic when they call you their best friend, right?
Yeah, I know. Like cat is, I think, the closest person I have around here. Barring barring goat, I guess, and
I mean,
guess
I wouldn't
the rest
just
of
say,
you.
"Aw, love you too."
Like, weak noodle arms slaps you in the side. It's like, whatever.
They're just like, ah, come on. Real men hug. Wait, neither of us are men. Damn it.
Gendered stereotypes are bullshit, anyways.
That's fair. Still though, I don't want to make you uncomfortable, but we think you're pretty cool, and we like you a lot. We're glad you hang out with us. And I hope that you don't mind us in return.
Yeah. Look, I think before all this, I kind of stayed away from a lot of people. They kind of just throw themselves into social situations and refuse the no until you give up. So, I guess I kind of gave up early on that one, thinking about it. But like, I don't have a lot of like friends until this. So like, weird upside besides the whole like superpowers, I guess. Most people just know me as the guy they take their phone to fix it before their parents figure it out.
Eh. I mean, I hope you know that we don't. I mean, Nicola's trying to figure out a way to be like, we don't just love you because you do things for us. We love you because you're you. But they're like, that might be too much today. And they're also just like, they're thinking about, Kat would probably be okay. But Sean and Brittany would probably be trying to murder them for speaking for them right now.
Sean, from past experiences, probably.
Sean is feeling the opposite of touchy-feely when it comes to Nikola, and Nikola knows that, so they're just gonna, yeah. Well, I'm glad I get to be friends with you.
There's definitely a pause there. It's like, same thing, pat. Emotions are stupid.
I appreciate how hard I can see you try. Would you like me to stop torturing you now?
Do whatever you want.
Like, just, like, and I know you don't feel, much like a person of independence in a group, but like, honestly, I'm very happy that, I mean, okay, I'm no one's parent, and it's not my job to take care of y'all. But it is appreciated that of all the folks in our group that cause shit, you're also good at getting yourself out of shit. Like, you don't always have to do that yourself, but I worry about you the least.
And that says something comparatively.
Ooh, yes it. Okay. It I it is probably a sign of neurodivergence on my part that I have a ranked scale of people from most to least able to get themselves out of shit. I have several scales for different types of shit. I think about this a lot. Especially um especially these days when we're kind of I don't want to say in over our heads, but kind of.
I mean, a little bit. There's like 3 different people trying to kill us,
Yeah.
or find us, or look. We haven't actually gotten in trouble, officially gotten in trouble with the cop bots, but
It's a matter
I
of
can only
time.
I can only assume that's gonna happen.
I feel like
Uh,
if we don't by animus, like have at least one cop bot mad at us, we're not doing our jobs right, and we need to reevaluate.
I mean, yeah. Like next time there's a I'm wild speculation, giant weird rhino creature just comes out of whatever the hell in at the other end of Willsville. Just comes tromping uh through the bridge and into town. I assume like we're gonna get in trouble and people are gonna know our like quote unquote faces soon enough.
I mean, yeah, eventually, yeah, but I mean, it's up in the air. Like maybe people will be afraid of us, but maybe maybe we'll inspire people.
Here's hoping. And, and hey, I mean, not to jinx us, but can't possibly get weirder.
I can't believe you just they like push his shoulder. Like I can't believe you said that out loud with your mouth.
Oh, look. I mean, what could possibly happen?
You bother me.
I'm gonna get something to eat because I haven't eaten since I didn't have lunch. I'm gonna go get food.
Tailwind.
I'm gonna go get food and wash these
No,
hands.
no, you're gonna get washed up. I'm gonna make you food.
Fine, whatever. Can't just walk my way down to the 812 and microwave something, I guess.
I'm gonna make you an omelet sandwich.
Consequences of friendship. Just
It's
lays
it's gonna be
dramatically on a chair.
a good omelet sandwich. It's gonna have sausage. It's gonna have fresh vegetables. It's gonna have chives.
What do chives even do?
Chives are like spicy grass.
But look, I know goat's named goat, but like neither of us are herbivores.
You look me in the eye. You look no, Taylor, you look me in the eye and tell me that you've never had the intrusive thought where you're sitting in grass and you're like, what if I just put it in my mouth? Chives is here to make that a beautiful reality.
I mean, I've done that with a piece of wheat, or like, I guess not exactly wheat. It's whatever kind of tall grass that looks like wheat and it grows in the town park.
Well, chives are even better because they're edible and they give you nutrients. But, like I'm just imagining like they're walking back to the house having this conversation about chives.
Yeah, I think this is a wonderful time to like the camera pans out, and then
Mm-hmm.
we just get that shot of the sky as like you see some birds flying past, and then
Mm-hmm.
it slowly tilts back down, and it's the night of fixing news and stress testing, and you see Tailwind having fixed up their robot, fixed up Wrecking Maw, just sitting on top of it, waiting for a signal, like getting impatient. And then, much like how stress testing started, there's an inner like there's an inner battle that they're thinking of, and then they just go shake their head. Whatever happens, happens. Jumps inside, closes the door. The eyes turn on. You see the full Oni mask uh, flare up, and they start jogging into Ennsville. And I think that's a perfect place to stop, unless you have anything to add for Nikola.
Nope. This is this has been so much fun. This has been fantastic.
Wunderbar.
Thank you, Talis, for doing this wonderful FPS with me. I'm sorry it took so long to do.
It's fine. It's been wonderful to play, and wonderful to get some fun ideas with Tailwind out for everyone to hear,
Yeah.
and for everyone listening to this in the future. I hope you have a wonderful day. Tell your friends you love them.
Antagonize them with your love.
And until next time, we'll see you when
Goodbye.
we see you.
Record.